As 17-year-old Natalie Sarkisian lay dying in the hospital, friends and nurses marched on the insurance company that had denied her a liver transplant. The company, Cigna, called the transplant experimental, not covered.
Insurers will call anything experimental if it's got a six-figure price tag.
But yesterday, under pressure, Cigna suddenly changed its mind. Natalie's mother delivered the news.
Cigna just approved us. God is with me.
But it was too late. Last night, Natalie died.
They took my daughter away from me.
Today, the family's attorney said he'll press for Cigna to be charged with manslaughter, even murder.
Cigna Health Corporation literally, maliciously killed her.
Natalie's doctors told the insurance company 10 days ago her liver was failing. She needed a transplant to survive. But twice she was taken off the waiting list when Cigna refused to pay. In her battle against leukemia, Natalie recently had a bone marrow transplant. Her brother was the donor.
I gave her a chance. They said she has a chance, and I did my part. Someone else didn't do their part. Someone took that chance away from them.
This week, the California Nurses Association asked nurses nationwide to phone Cigna in protest. The nurses say insurance companies too often focus on money, not medicine. This is a common story.
Oh, this is a common story. This is not isolated. This is not isolated. And it's just a symptom of our health care.
Insurance regulators get 1.3 million calls a year, says the National Association of Insurance Commissioners. Most complaints are about claim denials, delays, and low settlement offers. In a brief written statement, Cigna says only that its deepest sympathies are with Natalie's family. John Blackstone, CBS News.
Now to a heartbreaking case that could enrage anyone who's had a fight with an insurance company. A 17-year-old died just hours after her health insurance plan finally agreed to pay for a liver transplant. And now her family is planning to sue. And they've brought in a high-powered attorney, Mark Garagos, to fight the battle.
Under current California law, my reading of the statute is clear that this corporation had the mental state that they consciously disregarded her life. And they did that for one specific reason, because they did not want to have to pay for her aftercare.
NBC's Peter Alexander is live for us in our Burbank bureau. So, Peter, as I understand it, Mark Garagos is planning something pretty drastic. What's the plan?
Well, first and foremost, Chris, he is planning a civil lawsuit against Cigna Healthcare, which he blames for maliciously killing, to use his words, the young 17-year-old Natalie Sarkisian. He also says that Cigna's actions were both callous and criminal. And with that said, he is now presenting a package to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office, which will essentially present to them his case for why they should pursue criminal charges of either manslaughter or murder in this case. Let's take a step back for a second, if we can. This 17-year-old Natalie Sarkisian had been suffering leukemia since she was just 14 years old. She is from outside Los Angeles in Northridge, and for the last 3 weeks or so, she has been at Children's Hospital at the University of California, Los Angeles, in a vegetative state. More specifically, she had a bone marrow transplant initially that didn't go as planned. Even though the marrow came from her brother, it turned out that the complications caused her liver to fail, which presented the need for her to get this liver transplant. There was a major protest, 150 people outside Cigna Healthcare's headquarters here in Southern California, and ultimately late yesterday, while that protest was happening, Cigna decided to reverse course and said they would pay for this procedure. Unfortunately, she died only a short time later at that hospital when she was taken off of life support. Chris?
Peter, I understand you actually talked to some of the folks at Cigna. What did they tell you?
We did speak to them. I wanted to get their reaction to what had happened. They said they could only release to us a statement. I'll put it up on the screen and read it along with you. It says, "Our deepest sympathies are with Natalie's family. Their loss is immeasurable, and our thoughts and prayers are with them. We deeply hope that the outpouring of concern, care, and love that are being expressed for Natalie's family help them at this time." Again, those are the words of the Cigna Healthcare company.
Sicko was #9 at the top 10 box office draws this weekend. But the movie is being criticized by some who accuse Moore of playing loose with the facts. Michael Moore standing by to join us here in the Situation Room in just a moment. But first, a reality check from our CNN chief medical correspondent, Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
That's not on, right?
No.
Okay.
Sicko throws some hard punches at the United States healthcare system, and it seems just about everyone has something to say.
He's quite fast and loose with the facts.
Michael Moore was spot on.
The facts, I think, support what I believe.
And Moore presents a lot of facts throughout the movie, but do they all check out? Keeping them honest, we did some digging, and we started with the biggie. The United States slipped to number 37 in the world's healthcare systems. It's true. 37 is the ranking according to the World Health Organization's latest data on 191 countries. It's based on general health level, patient satisfaction, access, and how it's paid for. France tops the list. Italy and Spain make it into the top 10. The United Kingdom is 18.
Hello?
Moore brings a group of patients, including 9/11 workers, to Cuba and marvels at their free treatment and quality of care. But hold on. That WHO list puts Cuba's healthcare system even lower than the United States, coming in at number 39. Moore asserts that the American healthcare system spends $7,000 per person on health, whereas Cuba spends $25 per person. Not true, but not too far off. The United States spends $6,096 a year per person versus $229 a year in Cuba, as Americans tell their tales of lack of coverage and suffocating red tape. It's true that the United States is the only country in the Western world without free universal access to health care.
Now something that is generating great debate in medical circles, an experimental treatment for AIDS, an unproven treatment called hyperthermia. Today, for the second time this year, a patient here in Atlanta underwent that treatment. It happened at Atlanta Hospital, the same hospital that is in the process of having its license to operate taken away. Channel 5's Russ Jameson has details on today's experimental surgery.
He is now resting in the intensive care unit and seems to be stable.
He is 37 years old, from Chicago, diagnosed with AIDS 4 years ago. He is known only as Tony. And this morning he underwent a controversial new treatment called hyperthermia. The technique circulates blood out of the body and heats it to 108 degrees before returning it. Carl Crawford was the first patient 4 months ago. Nearly dead from an AIDS-related cancer, he took a shot in the dark.
I had nothing to lose.
Now doctors say he is cancer-free and shows no signs of the AIDS virus. Just after today's operation, surgeons reported their latest patient is doing well.
I'm happy to report to you that, as far as we can tell, all of the efforts in the operating room were successful. We did not have any complications.
While admitting that these early results may raise hopes, even false hopes, both doctors, Alonzo and Logan, say that the use of this procedure should be accelerated, not only for better data, but also for ethical reasons. Cancer specialist Dr. Kenneth Alonzo says too little is known about this new treatment and its results, so they will repeat these procedures soon.
I think ethically, the demands made upon us as well as on other physicians is to come down here, see what we're doing, take the protocol, and look at others who are HIV positive.
Tony's